I want to start with something nobody making AI tool videos is willing to say. Every single roundup you've watched, every top 10 AI tools video on this platform has the same structure. A tool, a demo, some upbeat music, a thumbs up, repeat 10 times. What none of them tell you is what the tool is bad at, what it gets wrong, when it will waste your time, when the output looks impressive and is actually useless. That's the information you actually need to make a decision. So that's what I'm going to do in the next 7 minutes. I'm going to tell you the honest truth about each tool, what it does well, what frustrates people, and exactly when you should and shouldn't use it. Let's go. Before I get into individual tools, here's the framework. Most corporate professionals lose the most time in 4 categories: writing, data and analysis, presentations, and meetings. I've got the best tool in each category on screen right now. In every case, I'm going to give you the honest assessment. What it does that no other tool does, and what it gets wrong that nobody mentions in the reviews. The tool everyone is reviewing is not always the tool you should be using. Start with whichever category costs you the most time right now. That's your entry point. Writing. This is where most professionals spend the most time and get the least leverage from AI. Not because the tools aren't good, because they pick the wrong one for the job. There are 3 serious options here. Let me give you the honest breakdown on each one. Claude. Best writing quality of any AI tool in 2026, full stop. It understands nuanced tone and context better than any competitor. It doesn't produce that generic corporate paste that every other tool gives you. The problem? It has no native integration with Word, Gmail, or Google Docs. Every single output requires a copy-paste back into your actual work tool. For some people, that friction kills the habit. Microsoft Copilot. The opposite trade-off. Writing quality is noticeably weaker than Claude. But it lives inside Word, Outlook, PowerPoint, and Excel. Zero friction. It's where you already work. If your company is embedded in Microsoft 365, Copilot's frictionless workflow beats Claude's quality advantage. Gemini for Google Workspace. Same logic as Copilot, but for Google users. It's inside Gmail, Docs, and Drive. The writing can feel verbose and a little sterile compared to Claude. And the same prompt can give you different results on different days, which is frustrating. But if you're in Google Workspace all day, it's still the most practical choice. Verdict. Claude for quality. Copilot if you're in M365. Gemini if you're in Google Workspace. The tool you actually open is better than the tool that's theoretically superior. Data and analysis. This is the category where the competitive gap between professionals is opening the fastest. And it's also the category where the limitations are most dangerous. If you don't understand them. The headline. You can now upload a spreadsheet, ask a question in plain English, and get a chart back. No Python, no SQL. No statistics degree required. That's genuinely transformative. But here's what the demos don't show you. ChatGPT Advanced Data Analysis. Upload a CSV or Excel file. Ask questions in plain English, and it generates charts. Summaries, trend analysis. It's gotten significantly smarter. It can now reason across your data, not just run calculations on it. That's the biggest upgrade in the last 12 months. The weakness, and this is critical, it can hallucinate data points that aren't in your file. It will invent a number with complete confidence and format it beautifully in a chart. If you're not checking the source, you will be caught out. Julius.ai, built specifically for data analysis, cleaner interface than ChatGPT, more forgiving with messy data, better at explaining what it's doing in plain English. Has a free tier, but it's narrower than ChatGPT and carries the same hallucination risk. Same warning applies. Verdict. ChatGPT ADA for most professionals. Julius.ai if you want a cleaner, dedicated experience. But for both tools, treat every number as a hypothesis, not a fact. The chart is the starting point, not the answer. Presentations. This is the category with the most hype and the most disappointment. The promise is real. AI can get you from a blank screen to a structured draft in under a minute. What they don't put in the demo is what happens next. Gamma.app. Type a prompt, get a full deck in under 60 seconds. That's not marketing. That's actually how it works. The layouts look clean, modern, more professional than most people produce manually. Here's the problem. The PowerPoint export is unreliable. Fonts shift. Text boxes overlap. Users report this consistently, which means Gamma works brilliantly for sharing links and breaks down when you need a classic deck for a boardroom. Also, the AI-generated text tends to be generic. It's a strong starting point. It is not a finished product. Beautiful.ai, highest design quality of any AI presentation tool. Smart layouts that auto-adjust as you edit. Best-in-class brand governance. The catch. No free plan, starts at $12 per user per month, and weaker AI content generation than Gamma. Copilot plus PowerPoint, slower, less impressive, but it lives inside PowerPoint and the output is PowerPoint native. No export issues, board ready from the start. Natural choice for anyone in a compliance-heavy or enterprise environment. Verdict: Gamma to get unstuck, Copilot and PowerPoint to get over the line. Use them in sequence, not in competition. Draft in Gamma, finish in PowerPoint. That combination is better than either tool alone. Meetings. This is the category I see the most misinformation about. Most people either haven't adopted any meeting AI tool yet, or they signed up for Otter 2 years ago and haven't thought about it since. The landscape has moved. Here's the honest picture on 3 tools that matter in 2026. Fathom. Start here. Genuinely unlimited free tier. Not a trial, not capped minutes, actually unlimited. Clean summaries, action item extraction, no setup friction. It joins your Zoom Teams or Google Meet automatically. Best user experience of any meeting assistant. Sufficient for 80% of solo professionals right out of the box. The limitation: weak CRM integration. If your company is in a sales role, you'll outgrow it. Fireflies AI. Best-in-class CRM integration. Salesforce, HubSpot. 69 languages. Auto-syncs meeting context directly into your deal pipeline. This is the tool for revenue teams. The watch out. Fireflies' AI policy allows training on customer data, unless you're on the enterprise plan. And the bot can auto-join meetings without explicit permission. Know those settings before you deploy it with clients. Read.ai, the most powerful of the 3, connects meeting intelligence to email, Slack, and documents. Search across all your communication channels at once. Best for cross-functional teams where decisions happen across multiple channels. Also the most expensive and more capability than most individuals need. Verdict: Fathom for most professionals. Fireflies if you're in a CRM-heavy sales role. Read.ai if your team makes decisions across multiple channels. Start with Fathom. It's free, it works. And it covers most individual use cases completely. I want to close the toolkit categories with the tool that has changed the most in the past 12 months. Google NotebookLM. Let me give you the full picture. The core idea is fundamentally different from every other tool I've mentioned. You upload your documents, and it only answers from what you gave it. No hallucinated revenue figures, no invented case studies. Every answer has a citation you can click back to. For corporate documents, that's not a limitation. That's the feature. In the last 12 months, it's gotten an 8 times larger context window. It now generates infographics, slide decks, and audio summaries from your source documents. And enterprise tiers with team sharing and IT controls are now available. Here's the use case that actually matters. You have a 90-page board pack, a 60-page industry report, and 3 competitor documents. You upload all of them. You ask, what are the 3 biggest risks mentioned across these documents? And do the competitors acknowledge the same risks? You get a cited answer in 30 seconds. That used to take a working afternoon. Now it takes 30 seconds. That's the use case worth building the habit around, not the demo. Still free at the individual level. Enterprise tiers now available. And the one tool on this list where you don't have to manually fact-check every output. I've linked the Workday Wisdom AI Toolkit page in the description. Download it. It includes every tool from this video, the specific use case for each one, and the red flags to watch for when you start testing. And if you want to learn more about the top 4 AI skills for 2027, watch this video. Then if you want to redesign yourself around AI skills, watch this other video. If you're not subscribed yet, this channel is for corporate professionals who want an honest assessment of the AI tools that actually matter at work. See you in the next one.